What's up, everybody? What's going on? Let me get some people in here first. Let me say what's up to everybody. What's up, J.R. Ewan? What's going on, my man? Good to see you. Michelle, what's up, babe? Joy, what's up? Good to see you. The Truth. Yeah, Truth's always here. Very neat. Boy, I've been busy. Look. Come here. That's Hazel. That's one of the Frenchies that I got. The other one, I had to name her Muggsy. Here she is. Hang on. Wait, Kylie. Come here, Muggsy. That's Muggsy. I had to name her Muggsy because I couldn't think of a name. She looks like a dope fiend. Her face. She like breaks down her mug. All right, Kylie, calm down. Come here. Sorry, you guys calm down now. Now they're all worked up playing. What's up, Dowsy? I was saying, stare hands doom. What's going on, Mark? Angela, what's up? Oh, we're going to talk about some stuff today. Hey, calm down. Kylie, come here. Come here. I know. She gets jealous. You know, Kylie's crazy. She gets too jealous and she wants to be on camera, I guess. Ain't that right? It's okay. She gets so, what's up, Texas Josh? She gets so jealous, right? You know how I got like the little pool for them out back? Listen to this shit, Elena. So I got a little pool out back. And the one who would always just play in the pool by herself will be Kylie. Because, you know, she's crazy. You know? Well, now, what's up, Terry Time? Good to see you. Now that Muggsy came, Muggsy likes to jump in that pool. So Kylie seen her in the pool last night. So Kylie waited for her to get out of the pool. Kylie jumped in the pool and pissed in the pool. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to change all the water and everything. I got to do that shit anyway because it gets dirty. But yeah, so, man. What's up, YouTube's finest? See some wild shit going on around here, man. Real wild shit. Fucking, really funny. What's up, Snake? That damn, what's his name? Jeff Canarsie, Loman or whatever. Did you guys see? He put up a thing to show that he's Italian or something, and it was like, you know, one of DNA tests or whatever. And I guess Common Sense or somebody found it, and fucking, I guess the guy cropped out his name or whatever. So he's like, well, why would you crop out your name if everybody knows who you are anyway? So he did one of them Google searches or something and found out it came off some other site. It was somebody else's DNA. That shit's crazy. Then the guy comes out with a video on it and shit. And he got mad at FBS and everything. That was funny. Yeah, she's marking her pool territory. Definitely was. Fucking, hey, she's nutty, man. This dog, let me tell you something. One thing about it, that dog is the craziest fucking dog. What's up, Ronnie? Yeah, but with the Frenchies, that's let me say it like this. They weren't, what's up, Carmela? They weren't in the greatest living situation. What's up, Doogie? They weren't in the wasn't in bad living situations, but you know, them dogs are expensive and a lot of people like to breed them. Okay. So, but the problem is to actually breed them Frenchies or whatever, that costs money. Because they got to be like artificially inseminated, a lot of times C-section. It can run you up to like 10 bands. So if you don't really know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're doing. It's not like a good risk to take. So anyway, no, Angela, they ain't fostered. They're mine. They're mine. It was supposed to be a deal like that, Angela, until I found out what the situation would have been had I not ran interference. if you understand what I'm saying. So now they're good. They're good now. They're home. Yeah, I heard something. Yeah, I heard something about because that's basically what it was. Angela, going to kind of be, but then when I found out about what they were planning to do, but look, it's not like these people were bad people or nothing. It's just like I look at like dogs like family type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like more than pets. So other people kind of look at them as like pets or livestock even. What's up, Frankie the Fixer? What's up, Roy Cohn fan? Good to see you. So that's when I'm like, nah, they're good. But yeah, they're not even that hard. They're not that hard to take care of. They just they make all kind of crazy noises and stuff. You know what I mean? They just make all kind of crazy noises. But like with Kylie, that's the only thing. Like, Kylie just fucks with them. You know what I mean? She'll get a little jealous or whatever, but she'll be fine. But she does whatever the hell she wants. Yeah, they're definitely family. Yeah, but that was crazy. I seen that yeah, pretty much, Angela. Pretty much. Oh, this ain't the real Frankie the Fixer. Oh, Tony Pizza. Now that you mentioned Tony Pizza, I seen Tony Pizza went dark. Tony Pizza's apparently in Pennsylvania or something. That's what he's saying. What's up, Vito? Fuck it. So yeah, Tony Pizza's up in Pennsylvania and he went dark. You think he's in his RV? I don't think so. I seen well, yeah, I guess you can't see him, so who knows? But I think he's up there. What do you say? Barella's running around saying Joey doesn't go anywhere in Boca without security. Barella's such a loser. Listen. Come on, man. That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. Vito, you say he's in his RV? I don't know. His RV, I thought he got rid of that. What's up? What's up, Cigarette Cindy? You treat animals almost the same as people in a way where I respect them like they're another person because in a way they are. Yeah, I actually like them better. Kylie, where are you at? I actually like them better. Come here. Come here. Be quiet. I actually like them better than people. You heard of smoke detector battery? Not here. Oh, you're talking about Kylie. Yeah, so who do you want to see? You want to see Kylie? Come here, Kylie. Come here. Come here. There's Kylie right here. She don't mind sitting up here. She'd rather be like that. Yeah, Tony Pizza. Nah, Tony Pizza's probably driving around. He's probably in his car. He said he's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, Kylie's crazy. But yeah, some of this shit that you see going on around here. Last night, I didn't see Angel's show, I don't think. I didn't watch much of it. If I did, I didn't hear anything about that shit. Any domestic animal that isn't going to have some kind of protective or hunting instincts the second you meet. Yeah, well, some dogs are like that, though. You know what I mean? Oh, you say I'm gullible? Because I don't know. All I know, Tony Pizza wasn't in that RV for a while. From all that I know. You know what I mean? What's up, Hellcat? You said, okay, why not show a sign or a tree? That's why he's not showing background. It's all part of a new grift. Yeah, well, what's the grift? But I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? Angela, you don't think he's in PA? What's up, JR? Oh, I see somebody put up a post too. That guy, Canarsie struck somebody's channel. The fuck's he striking somebody's channel for? That shit's getting crazy, all them strikes and shit like that. He struck that one dude. I don't even like the dude, but still. What the hell is it? One of them MR8 guys. I don't like the dude. But still, you shouldn't strike his channel. I fucking don't know. One of them names. He's probably from another country or something. But yeah, he got his channel taken down. I guess for calling him a fibby or something. Yeah, that's crazy, right, JR? Well, that shit just shot about. That shit just started taking everything over. Yeah, he's a damn crybaby. Like, what the hell, man? What, like, dude, just because you got... Look, ain't nothing wrong with people coming on making fun of people and stuff. Yeah, I think that's the guy's name, William Wallace or something, yeah. They got his channel struck. That's some bitch-ass shit. You know what I mean? There ain't no way around that. That's like they tried to strike Michelle's channel that time. And they did strike my channel. That shit's crazy. Yeah, Angel's holding the classes, helping people how to learn how to strike. They definitely did that over there. Definitely did that. Now these people are fucking going crazy over that shit. It's like, come on now. And I don't even think nobody's really talking about nobody anymore. You know what I mean? Nobody's even talking about nobody really anymore. And now you get these it's just like new people duck their head in that motherfucker. Like, not saying they're new, but like new to that little shit that was going on over there with Jim Terry and all. They're new to that. And they just stuck their head in and they start striking channels. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, why do that shit? Yeah, I'm not doubting a 5-year-old couldn't strike down a channel, but what's up, Raditha? But Cindy, but what I'm saying is it doesn't make it right. You heard Pizza bought a skateboard and gonna have a skate on Piggy Hawk. Oh, FBS a skate at the skate park. Imagine Tony Pizza shows up at the skate park and they get into a fight. Pizza forgot to shut his fan and smoke detector off. He's a dope. Oh, well, if you hear a smoke detector going off, then he's not in a regular car. Not in no Navigator or Aviator, nothing like that. The Ripper got his channel struck. I know he got one channel struck. I didn't know he got another one. I didn't know. Terry Time, you said your money's on pizza? Yeah, that'd be funny. Carmelo watching that fight, right, Timothy? That'd be crazy. Just at the beginning of the fight, like, you know what I mean? Like, what would happen? Like, Pizza just jump out of the car, like, you cocksucker, you know what I mean? And FBS just start charging each other. I mean, like, that should be wild. In the skateboard park. Which one smokes more cigarettes? I don't know. Hey, listen, that wouldn't even come into play. Like, if somebody can fight and somebody can't, I don't give a fuck if that person smokes a ton of cigarettes, whatever. The person who can fight is going to win. You know? Now, if you got two people who can't fight, what's up, Bendover? Two people who can't fight, or two people that actually can fight, you know, then that's when all that shit comes into play. But that shit would be fucking funny as shit. That would be YouTube gold. That would fucking be definitely YouTube gold. That would be nuts. Imagine that shit. But yeah, these people around here, they're going crazy striking and shit like that. How you want to strike people's channels because you come out and you told a story? And you know what? The guy, listen, the guy is like, I know when he goes around does the dumb shit, I guess, kind of threatening people and shorts and all that stuff. That's stupid. But like, say when the guy tells a big lie or something like that, like how he does, you know what I'm saying? And all he's doing is getting made fun of. Just don't tell the lie. You know what I'm saying? Just don't tell a lie. And if you do, who cares? Look at how, like, what you call it? These guys tell some whoppers around here. These guys tell some fucking whoppers. You got motherfuckers that are done beat up Mike Tyson. They've done, I mean, everything. Fucking Rambo. They're fucking every fucking thing on this motherfucker. They fucking tell you all kind of fucking stories about themselves. That's funny as shit, just like with them social clubs getting robbed. I put up a thing that said James Proctor was a suspect. As soon as James Proctor, he came on out and said, you know what? I think them bananas a bunch of bitches. Remember he called them, remember he said the bananas were clowns or whatever, bananas. Next thing you know, they get robbed. Then James said, you know what? I'll put in a little call over there, Angel Bowden. Look, if your uncle's the boss, just tell him don't be in there playing no cards when I come in. Fucking old James. He's robbing all the social clubs. That's funny as shit. That's the craziest shit, man. Yeah, who beat up Kimbo Slice? Tony Silo beat up Kimbo Slice. Twice. He beat up Kimbo Slice twice. Did that shit? I don't even know if them robberies really happened or not. You know what I mean? Everybody's reporting on that shit. That's crazy. It's like the news or something. It's like the fucking news. Yeah, fuck it. But yeah, but like Carmelo, like Silo, from what I've ever seen, yeah, is not a bad person. And like James is alright. You know what I mean? James is alright. Like James could take a joke. You know what I'm saying? Lee Cole, he can't. Because Lee Cole's got so much shit that he's scamming behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So any little thing, like Lee Cole fucking, he gets offended. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. James ain't like that. James is not like that. He actually does, you know. The shit that I say about him is total, I just do total spoofs on him. It's not like he's making shit up or nothing like that. I'm making it up about him. You know what I mean? You said they could be releasing the info purposely to find out who is giving it out. Or they could be saying shit is happening just to fuck with YouTube creators. I don't think it goes down to YouTube creators. I wouldn't get that far into it, but you never know. Stroopet, what's up? What's going on, my man? You ain't been getting thrown out any chats lately, have you? Fucking yeah, I don't know. You know, and that's another thing too. Even like say something like that did happen. Like the guys who were involved, like the dudes who are whatever you want to call them, social clubs, whatever that type of shit is. I call it a fucking bar. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sloth? I call it a bar. You know what I mean? That's all that social club shit is, a fancy name for a damn bar. So, you know, even the people involved say something like that did happen. They kind of probably wouldn't want that shit word getting out either. Sonny Di Palmero said the banana one happened for a fact. The other one, no clue. Okay, I mean, if you say, you know what I mean? If you say so, you know, that's probably James Proctor's sock account. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, but you know, like even the people involved, like it actually got robbed. They could probably want that on the hush. You know what I mean? Yeah, they definitely they didn't call the cops. They didn't. If that did happen. Dom says no way. What did he say anything recently? Would you say Spirit of New Orleans? James doesn't get offended because he has a life unlike Lee, the unemployed lifelong welfare recipient. Yeah, I don't think Lee Cole's on the welfare. You say you say, okay, so Snakey said yesterday nothing had happened. The card club's getting robbed are just an illustration of how weak the mob has become. Well, listen, it can be that. It could be, but it could also be how wild times had become. I mean, imagine, listen to what I'm saying. Every generation gets worse. Every generation gets more violent. I'm not talking about just the mob, like how people say, oh, they were knocking heads off in the 90s, they ain't doing nothing. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about generations, period. People are crazy nowadays. People are crazy nowadays. You got people who are, there's a lot, let's just say you got a lot of money, but then you got an over amount of poor. And yeah, other types of people too. Black people, Puerto Rican people, regular white people, this one, that one. It's gangs. It's so much shit. So, in other words, let's just say something like that. That's a. Is there a ceasefire between me and the two unmentionables? I don't even know who the two unmentionables are. I don't have a ceasefire with nobody. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't know who the unmentionables are. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not even the young people. It's older people too, Angela. Look, just like this. Look at a lot of hustles and stuff back, and especially since we're talking about the mob and stuff. Okay, let me explain something to you guys with the what's up, Pat, with the mob and stuff was and is. And it's crime, it's stealing, it's robberies. Things like that thrive when guess what there's a lot of? Cash. Guess what there's not a lot of now? There's not a lot of cash. So now your scores are going to become smaller. So in other words, what I'm saying, to just these gangbangers on the street, if they run up in a bank and risk going to prison for 30 years and rob it, they're looking at getting $40,000. You know what I'm saying? Something around that range. And having the feds up their ass and everything. But you hear this card games going on down here. You know, it's always going to be some insider. Plus, that's the thing, too, nowadays. Things aren't as tight-knit. You got so many people. You got women who pillow talk. Men pillow talk to women. The women are sleeping with somebody else on the other side. I mean, listen, it's the streets. Shit like that will get crazy. And you'll get put on, you know what I mean? Boom. That's a sweet lick. You know what I mean? If you can come up with it. You don't got to worry about going to prison. If you pull it off, you're going to get, 100 G's or something. That's a lot of cash nowadays. Right, that's what I'm saying, Angela. Hey, Christine. Hey, what's going on? I hope all's well with you. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's about what I was saying too, Sloth. Always some inside shit. You already know someone around those guys sold the lick out to some young boys and made a quick 10 bands. Them old gangsters were just sitting targets. They weren't going to stop. Yeah. I mean that's a possibility. They're French bulldogs, Doug. If you go back earlier, I just had them up on the screen and everything. I'll pick them up in a little bit. They're laying down. They're taking a nap. Yeah, so just anything can happen like that, man. So back before too, things were more tight knit. People had like bonds, brotherhoods, shit like that, just neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Just like when you were hanging out, like I've never been in a gang, but I've hung out with my neighborhood, my homeboys and shit like that, and we lived like a gang. We lived under gang laws technically. I mean, I'm not letting you fucking, if one goes, we're all going type deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the same type of shit. But now you mix in nowadays and you mix in just everything integrated and everything like that. The one I named Hazel, and the other one I had to name her Muggsy because her mug, she looks like a dope fiend. she just got her mug wrote on like that. Yeah, there's very few like neighborhoods like what I'm talking about left, JR, and what you're talking about. Nick Romano's first online relationship. Hello, what's up? Yeah, so Yeah, so that's tough nowadays. Who's this idiot? You're lost. All right, get you out of here. Miss Can't Be Wrong has a fascination with Tony Pizza's penis. I doubt that. Remember, didn't Tony Pizza think that was his sister or some shit? She was talking about it on, I don't know. I didn't watch. Oh, you do? Crazy Crystal Lady? Yeah, they're fun. They're cool. I like them. Yeah, they're both cute, Christine. Yeah, fucking but that's the type of shit that happens nowadays. And then you get too many like you said, you get too many people on the street who gossip, you know what I mean? Everything like that. So a lot of stuff, could what's going on? What's going on, Dave? A lot of stuff could be like this, okay? Like let me give you an example. Say the source, that say Dominic had. Say their source actually didn't know about it because they weren't around that situation right then, and it had just happened. And the people who that it happened to were still trying to figure. Anything like that could have happened. Would you say it's so strange all the content creators talk about nasty gay sex on her? Listen. I agree with you. That's what's up, South Philly? Red. That's it. Now you're talking about how the with the neighborhoods, right there you go, South Philly. Like up there, they got one. They got it still old school, cool neighborhood. You know what I mean? Up there, but like you don't see that shit really no more. So too much shit is mixed in. Everything's just shit can hit the fan, and people are desperate out there, and people are crazy. People are crazy. Pizza was talking nasty shit today. I don't know. I don't get into that. Oh, you got a pit? I got two pits. Shiloh, she would have been 11. That's her. I got her cremated. She passed away March 29. She would have been 11. She was a pit. She'd have been 11 May 25th. But I got two pits right now. I got Taz and Bandit. They're out back right now. Two boys. Taz is he had a thing. He had HOD or some shit where he outgrew his bones outgrew his body. He almost died. You found the pit on Erie Avenue? Yeah, good. You take them in. Pits are good dogs. Yeah, listen, Red, I've been through that. That's a lot of times. I've had to take them in. I've had to take pits in a few times because of shit like that. And I mean, I wasn't able to keep them because I at my limit with dogs. But I always I'll at least make sure that they don't go I intercept them basically a lot of times with situations, and a lot of times I know of the people or who the people were, stuff like that. It's the people still in the streets, man. Just people fucking up, stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? So if I hear something happens and then they have dogs and I'm going to be like, oh, what's up with the dogs? You know what I mean? Boom. And I always help out like that. So one thing is, and even with other dogs, thank you for donation, Maria. Thank you. They're like aliens. So what I would do is make sure I know which shelters are not going to kill them, and that are going to put up dogs for adoption, are going to do the right thing. Because even if you go and drop them off, say you go to a no-kill shelter, yeah, they won't kill them. Just like nobody dies in prison. Everybody dies at the hospital. All they'll do, especially with a pit bull, say the pit bull's like 3 years old or older, they'll say, well, it probably won't get adopted. So they'll speed it right on through. They won't even put it up, and they'll send it to a kill shelter. That's what they'll do a lot of times. So you got to know what's what and who's who. As you say, bend over your pit passed, but your sister found him chained to a porch of an abandoned house. He was white. He was so dirty. We thought his black. Took so long to get that. Got back to healthy. Yeah. Listen, I've had on my Facebook. I remember we found a blue pit like that. It was a girl, and she was chained to a pole, and these kids in the neighborhood found her. What do you want, Haley? Here. Go ahead. These kids in the neighborhood found her, and so they came and got me. Now, I couldn't take her because I had Shyla at the time, and Vito was there, and Shyla couldn't be around dogs, really. So I was like, okay, I'm going to, basically foster her. But that same day, this family came walking up, and they took her in, and they got her back to health and everything. You could tell she just had a litter of puppies. People just, like I said, they use them like livestock. So it was 6. But she got back to health. She got her in a good home and everything. Pizza was unable to get a donor to fund his make-believe trip to skate park. He attempted to scam. I thought he was in PA. Yeah. Maria, Pug, Haley, the Pug, she just plays her role. You know what I mean? She stays with me. That's why she wears the gold chain. You know what I mean? She's the only one with a gold chain. And like, she like thinks like she's like bosses around the other dogs. Like if I say I yell at the other dogs if they're doing something wrong, I'm like, hey, stop. Haley will go after them and shit like that. So Haley just plays her role. She's cool. She's funny. They're all different. Yeah, I never understand that shit either, Angela. People who hurt animals and shit, like, come the fuck. Now I can see if you're getting attacked by an animal or something. That's one. Come on. You seen packs of wild pits running around Mantua? Sad, yeah. You know something? If pits ran in the wild, in packs, but see, that's the difference. Pits don't really like to fight together. They will, but like a lot of times they don't like to fight together. But like, imagine they had that pack mentality and ran in packs like in the wild and shit like that. Shit, that'd be crazy. So what do you got? You got wolves, hyenas. Yeah, they're definitely gangster. Tommy, what'd you say? You saw news of pit bull ate their owner? Yeah, you'll see that shit. You'll see that shit. Listen, a lot of times, I was talking to my mother about this today. A lot of times with pit bulls, man, you're going to have certain incidents. You have to understand, like with dogs like them, by the time they're a year old, you have to know what they are. You have to know what they are. For example, Shyla, my dog that passed away, she was dog aggressive. I knew that by a year old, so I had to live a certain type of way where I couldn't do whatever. So a lot of times you got to pay attention. Got to pay attention to it because things can go haywire, and they're tough dogs. Like, remember a couple months ago when they bit through my hand when I had them 2 pit bulls that I brought in, and they wound up getting into the Taz and the pit bull wound up getting into the fight. Yeah, Pat. Yeah. And also, like, you got to give them time to develop who they are, their personality. About a year old, you'll find out. You know what I mean? You'll definitely find out. But pit bulls are good dogs. They're all good. All dogs are good. You know what I mean? They're better than humans, 100%. Nobody can tell me they're different. You have to be careful. Sometimes you hear stories of pit bulls get sick and hurt their owners. They don't even realize it. What do you mean? The pit bull gets sick and hurts the owners? I don't know. But basically, like, how Pat said, you got to let them know, especially the male dogs. Like, okay, like with Taz. Taz is, like I said, he's 3 times almost the size of a regular pit bull because he had that disease or whatever. And he's strong as shit, you know. Now, but I got to stay on, you know, bam, I got to let Taz know who's boss. You know what I'm saying? He knows who's boss. But he's a really good dog. He's a really sweet dog. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, things could get out of control. Listen, if he wanted to, he could fuck me up. He could fuck me up so bad. Most homeowners insurance policies do not provide coverage for any claims involving pit bulls. Yeah, that's some of them don't. But I know one that did, and that was in Pennsylvania. My mother was living in Windsor, Pennsylvania. It's like out in the country, like it's like Amish place or whatever. So we had this. She did. My younger brother, who passed away, he had this pit bull. So he had kept it like isolated and shit like that. Yeah, Sean, you're right about that. You have to show who's getting in charge. Yeah. But look, check this out. What's up, Sean? So this pit bull, what was his name? Buster. Man, he was a menace. So like he was really protective. So the first incident that happened was some politicians, like people, you know, who come to your door and hang stuff on your door for politicians during election times and all, the local people, they were coming to the house. My mother had went to the sub shop or something. So nobody was there. They knock on the front door to speak to whoever. Nobody answers. Instead of just leaving their pamphlet there or whatever, hanging their door hanger thing to vote or whatever, they got to walk around back. They walk around back and they opened up the storm door, but their big door wasn't shut. Fucking so Buster or whatever, fucking hopped on the dude. My mother said she's pulling up from the sub shop and she sees people flailing around in their driveway. My mother's like, I thought, Jesus Christ, Eric, I just got out of Baltimore City. I moved out the country and I'm figuring life's going to be peaceful. And look at what I got in my own driveway. She thought people were fist fighting in her driveway, you know? So, but it wasn't. It was Buster dragging these politician people, whatever. So come to find out, they were in the wrong. So she got Buster back. Didn't have to put him down. But then he was on his chain. And here goes the homeowner's insurance thing, Roy Cohen fan. He was on his chain. My mother's next door neighbor, her husband didn't like her smoking. So she came to creep over in my mother's yard to smoke her cigarette. So her husband would have known. And fucking Buster bit a chunk out of her leg. And fucking she got $100,000. She got $100,000. And I think that's all they covered, Roy. Was $100,000. But she got all that. And a Buster had to get put down. You know, so your cattle dog bites you and try to clip his down. Yes, listen, Shyla, she hated it. She hated getting her nails clipped. Fucking Shyla, when I would take her to go, they had to be some lady had to be there. Shyla got it, you know what I mean? That's the thing at PetSmart or whatever. Shyla, some lady had to be there to do it. You got sued too? Yeah, she sued my mother. Did they get what did they bite them on your property, Timothy? Because that's the thing with the homeowners insurance. So there's a lot of ways with homeowners insurance and shit. You know what I mean? Like if something's not up to like, it depends on what they got to, like, you know, but a lot of people have FHA loans and stuff like that. If something's not up to the standards and stuff like that, and like just uneven concrete, you could trip and fall. Fucking man, you could fucking get like 100 bands. There's a lot of shit to it. Yeah, Timmy, let me know what happened with that. Was it on your property? Oh, with the English bulldogs. Yeah, that's like these dogs. They overheat. They overheat. Um, but that's why I got the pull out back and shit like that. And last night, he said FBS dog attacked him. Johnny Mac. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't know. I don't know nothing about them fights that people have. Yeah, them little dogs always have nipping problems, Angela. I'll tell you what. Listen. You want to know what is honestly, I would say a mean dog. I've always thought it was like a mean dog. Them fucking chow chows with the purple tongue. You guys know what I'm talking about? They're fucking crazy. Them motherfuckers. Everyone, them and Cocker Spaniels. Certain states, it's absolute liability for any harm caused by a dog, irrespective of where. Okay, yeah, but Roy Cohn fans. So would your homeowner's insurance cover it still? Would you fall under your homeowner's insurance? Like, say you didn't have no money, could they still go after your homeowner's insurance? Like, say it didn't even happen on the property? If that's the only thing they could do? Because like when I do real estate deals and stuff like that, we have errors and omissions. We're insured up to $50,000, but that's for some paperwork shit. You say your pal had a pit bull when you were kids before they were property. Brendel that used to teeth on the lawnmower, swing from branches locked in. Yeah, very cool dog. Yeah, bro, you know how strong man. PA has the one bite rule. Yeah, Michelle, you said the chows are bad with kids. Jim, good to see you, Jim. Your neighbor had a nasty chow. Yeah, I'm telling you, haven't seen like you've been attacked by poodles. Yeah, well, see, that's another thing too. That's why like you'll get like I'll tell you how it was. When I was growing up in the 80s, it wasn't pit bulls, it was Dobermans. Dobermans were pit bulls back then. Like, in other words, what I mean was that people still have Dobermans, but they're not, pit bulls are a lot more popular, a lot more laws and stuff. You hear pit bull, and stuff like that. But it was Dobermans. Then Rottweiler and pit bull right there. My mother had, Dobermans and Rotts. Yeah, Jim. My mother had, had a Shar-Pei. And they're related to pit bulls and shit. People thought that was a pit bull. So it depends on what policy states. All policies different. Many have animal exclusions. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, 100 bands. I could use 100 bands myself. Yeah, Rotts are cute. Listen, Sean, beautiful fucking dogs. Beautiful dogs. I don't have them though. I don't get them. Not to say I wouldn't take one. You know what I mean? If it fell in my lap and something was going on, I had to get them. But I've had some. I had a German Rottweiler, Sasha. Huge head. This dog was beautiful. I wound up having to get rid of her. This is back when, like 1998, 1999, I was like public enemy number one where I'm from. Narcotics Force was after me. I was out on bail and everything. They're fucking raiding everywhere I go. Fucking man. So it's too much with the dog. But that was a nice dog. And I've had Rottweilers before. And the only thing about them, you have to keep them on such a strict diet, man, because of that hip dysplasia they get. They get that shit a lot, man. What's up, Steve? What's up, Steve the Gypsy? But I tell you what, I love them. I love Rottweilers, man. They're like bears. You know what I mean? I like Dobermans also. I like them too. Your mom got the skin on her face ripped off by a Dalmatian. I guess when they get old, that breeds tend to get a bit aggressive. Yeah, any dog can do it. Any dog can do it. Dalmatians are the ones with all them fucking spots. Yeah, but yeah, man, Rottweilers, I love them. They're so big and strong. I like them Cane Corsos too. Cane Corsos, man. I seen one that was all just jet black. I mean, jet black. Just when it walked, it's just like the muscle would flex and you see the vein like in the fucking Cane Corso's chest. And like, you know how it comes down there, my God, this dog was like a fucking panther or some shit. Like a fucking panther. Fucking crazy. Hey, you want to go to SPCA and adopt something? You should. You should. You know what I mean? If you ain't had a dog in them, ain't nothing like dogs, bro. Ain't nothing like them. Would you say Tina Beagle? You had a Shar-Pei. They can also be not so friendly. Now, I experienced with that one. I was a kid. It was my mom's. Mei Ling. That was her name. I think she died of cancer. And she didn't bite or nothing like that. But she'd take off running. She had rabbit in her blood and shit. She was black also, mostly black. Akitas are neat, not the best for kids. Yeah, I've never had none of them. Would you say you want a Cane Corso, but you want to have a dog constantly challenge? I don't think they will. I don't think it's like that. If you're the owner, you're the owner. They're loyal. Sometimes animals can be too loyal. What's up, Carmine S? What's going on? I knew a guy. Would you say just barely broke the skin? You talked to the kid's mom that was at work and offered to take the kid to concentrated care. She said, it's okay. I'll be home in an hour. And bam, police, ambulance, and fire department came in. That's usually how it goes. So you know it's going to be a lawsuit. A Cane Corso almost killed your dog? Look, I was dating this chick. A similar story. She had what was Benny? He's a beautiful dog. He was a stud too. One of the miniature bullies. And he got attacked by a Cane Corso. Got fucked up real bad, but he got better. And I was dating this chick who had him. She was holding him for the owner or something. And I don't know if she ever gave it back or whatever. Your one shepherd, bit of black man who came charging at you. A renegade got him on his thigh. Yeah, you should have bit him no matter what if the guy's charging at him. Don't matter if he's black, white, blue. What's up, El Broco, EBT 305? Mickey Rourke is a fake loser. Yeah, I haven't heard much about Mickey. You got a big old golden retriever and a Whippet lab mix. So the golden retrievers and the labs, they swim? What, do all three of them swim? Pretty sure a couple. Shiloh used to swim. Shiloh could swim for hours and hours. You have a Catahoula Aussie mix, so a mutt and a cattle dog. I don't believe in the mutt stuff. All dogs. It's like people. It's like people. Dalmatians can be nasty, just like people. Like you see Jeff Loman put up that DNA thing. Let's just not worry about it. Wasn't him, but whoever it was. You've seen how much shit is mixed up in us as generations go on and on and on. Same thing with animals. The Ripper got 2 channels deleted. What an idiot. What the hell? That's people are getting crazy with that striking channels. Yeah, dogs are definitely the best. But yeah, it's like, so I don't think that there's no such thing as purebred person, purebred animal, none of that shit anymore. What's up, the coach? What's going on? So the dog got impounded. You lost to a vicious panel. They voted destroyed. Paid $25,000 to the parents. So damn, man. That sucks. That really does suck, man. Sorry to hear that. That's one thing, like, when I would get, like, raided or something, like, I remember the last time when I got raided by, was that, it was the state and the feds, or whatever, raided by narcotics. And they threw the bombs or whatever in the house, smoke bombs and shit. First thing I said when I came out is, man, don't, my dog's in the room, don't shoot my dog. But see, I put her, as soon as I know I'm getting raided, I put Shiloh right in the master bathroom and lock her in there, and I let them know when I come out and surrender. Okay, I guess you could say I'm more a rescue. I don't really foster. I don't really foster, Christine, but I mean, I will help people out like that in certain situations and stuff. Like, I'll be an in-between if something happens, you know, to make sure nothing bad happens to dogs ever. But like, it's like certain situations, but they're all, nah, I keep them. You know what I'm saying? But like certain situations, I, you know, will foster and stuff like that. But like, my main thing is to make sure that, like, if I can make sure dogs don't get put down and they can get out of a bad situation and shit like that, I do that, you know. But that's basically what I do. Like, I have the legal amount for what I'm allowed to have myself. You know what I mean? But like, I got situations worked out too with vets and different places that you know, got the same agenda, where it's like, you know, you don't want to see them get killed and shit. It's mainly pit bulls, though. Mainly pit bulls, you got to worry about that. And I'm sure if you had a lot of Dobermans and Rottweilers and all getting breeding like that, it's just that pit bulls are so, everybody, they have a lot of sex. That's just the truth. My friend Brian used to have this dog, Ozzy, right? It was a black lab. Coolest dog you ever meet. Ozzy's passed away a long time ago now. But I'm talking about when we were kids all the way up till we were adults. This dog would walk What's up, Palmina? This dog will walk the neighborhood. I mean, he'd go from Sedonia to Gardenville all the way up to Hartford Road, Bel Air, where everybody knew Ozzy. He just walked around. Everybody knew him. He never, you know, never bit nobody, nothing like that. But man, he used to get his thing off. What's up, Ranger fan? It's one thing you got to know. One thing that you got to know, if you ever notice about boy dogs, you notice they always are really good at escaping. What I mean by this is they're the ones who will learn how to open a car door. They'll learn how to get out of everything. It's, I know the girl dogs do too, but it's a lot of times it's the boy dogs because that's their natural instinct. They learn how to open the fences so they can go in when the girl dogs are in heat and go boom, boom, you know, and go take care of themselves. That's why the boy dogs are like that. I remember Vito. Vito was old. Vito was old. He wasn't in good. Yeah, I mean, wasn't in bad shape, but he wasn't in good shape. He was over 10 years old. About 11 years old. Little overweight. Shit like that. Thank you for the cash app, Carmelo. Thank you. Little overweight. Okay, not athletic or nothing. Shyla, I just got her. She wasn't fixed yet. She wound up going into heat. So I had to put a thing to keep them separated. And I put one of the little things, you know, for like little kids at the, you know, bottom of the stairs. So it's on the stairs. I watched Vito's old ass sit there and do like this. Whoo, and leap. Like half the fucking stairs and cleared that fucking thing. Whoo, splattered on the stairs. And went and tried to go get the shot. I said, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is crazy. I had to stay on top of that shit. Man, so I know what they do. And I don't like, I'll get the girls' dogs fixed, but I don't believe in cutting the boy dogs nuts. Just me. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say? What's up, Jules? Pizza said somebody was going to call ASPCA because Flo was abusing her pair. Jesus Christ. Well, that's how I knew that girl, Tony Pizza's cousin or niece from this girl, Shelly. She went to school down here. She's from that neighborhood, where the fuck he's from up there in New York. Somewhere on Long Island or Staten Island. One of them neighborhoods. It's the little neighborhood. If you named it, I would know. But they were a place that I worked with. You know. What's going on, Hotspot? Good to see you. So what's up with you, Michelle? What are you texted me something? You're beefing with people who read tarot cards now? Michelle? Are you there? Here, Michelle, I'm going to drop the link for you. I got to ask you something. I want to know what's happening with this tarot card shit. How do you drop the link? Control V. Hang on. Who likes it? The tarot card people? Yeah, Michelle's always beefing with people outside the country. Shit like that. I don't know who the hell they are. All right, I dropped the link. Thank you, Roy Cohen. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely get them some treats. That's another thing with them. It's crazy. When I say I go to feed all the dogs, they all want to eat the other one's food. And Muggsy or whatever, she doesn't like I got their type of food, special food or whatever for them. But then she likes the other kind of food. It's just, oh man, it's a fucking headache. That's the only part that's a headache. But they're real chill. They just make noises and shit. You know what I mean? They just make a lot of noises. And like I said, the one, Muggsy, she gets overheated. But that's how it goes with this with all that breeding and stuff. Like I was talking about, like with people and stuff. Like back years and years ago and stuff, you've seen German Shepherds. They're good dogs. They're really good dogs, German Shepherds. They're nice dogs. You would have a lot of German Shepherds and Dobermans. Yeah, Christine. Gene Barella said he used to beat the drugs out of his friends. I don't know how he did that. Oh, what? No, I don't think Michelle reads tarot cards. I think these people do. I don't know if they do it on YouTube or not. I don't know. I don't know if that shit's ever real. Yeah, they'll be loud, lazy, and smelly. He said if you shot heroin, he will punch you in the arm until you could not use or lift your arm. He was doing a great thing then. And here is Michelle. What's up?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
So what's going on now with these tarot cards?
Okay, so what I was trying to tell you is that this whole drama that's happening within our community, right? That there's a lot of people watching that I wasn't aware of. Like there's a lot of people watching this drama unfold. And there's this
over there in the Britain thing?
Yeah, there's a lot of people involved in this. Well, what I was telling you, the first thing I was telling you was that sorry, hold on. There's this channel that I love, and her name's Leilani of Barbados. and she's been hopping in my chat, and I'm like all excited to see her and shit. Well, Leilani, she was Miss Barbados, and she competed in Miss World at the same time.
What is your community? Bend over.
It's the Megxit community. Megxit. It's MEGXIT. It's
Yeah,
about
it's Meghan Markle
in the royal family. Party on, Garth. So she's been hopping on, and I'm like so excited to see her. Well, she competed in Miss World with Priyanka Chopra. But Priyanka. So, and she's got all this dirt on her, she's a really big deal. And I was like, she's been hanging out, and I'm so excited to see her. And let me get in this card thing.
How old are they?
Leilani she's my age.
So that's the one who ran for the Miss World or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting the tarot cards.
Now the tarot card reader, her name is, what is her name? Hold on, let me see. Well, she did a reading on our drama. Like they do readings on our situation. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, now we got this tarot card reader. She hit it too. She hit it. Oh, what is her name? It's like Fifth. And she was really funny. And I was like, holy shit. Okay. Her name is Fifth and Grace Tara. Spiritual Straight Talk. And the video is what's with all the drama in the Megxit community. I shared it on my community page.
Okay, so we're on your page. Yeah, anybody, we got to put your link. You got to put your link in the chat. So they read your cards on they did this on YouTube, the tarot card thing.
Yeah, it wasn't just me, but it was like on our whole situation, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
you can do readings on. I have tarot cards. I don't really know how to do it, but I have them. I have a book and shit.
We should get you and we'll read their tarot cards.
All right, I have to learn, but she was pretty good, right? And she's just so into it, and I was like excited to hear that like so many people are starting to are watching and shit, and it was really exciting for me. And I'm pretty nervous about it.
Well, plus it's another community. I mean, it's another community. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like around here, like this is all different communities right now. This is like that Jim Terry. I don't want to call it the Jim Terry community, but that's like that their community. The mob genre community. That's all mixed up. It's better to mix the communities anyway, because you're just going to get people you don't like and that you do like out of everybody,
right?
No matter what you're in,
So I was excited to share that with you.
Yeah, I thought you were fighting with them. I was like, oh, they're going to put it.
No, I don't need. I was just telling you a good thing. I'm like, nah, I'm not. No, I wasn't fighting with them. Yeah, I was like, holy shit. And this girl's like, usually I watch some tarot card readers. They're all right. But this one was good. And I was like, holy shit, she's talking about us.
Yeah, so they like select the card, and then the card will tell them what to read. Like it'll be a thing, and it might say terror, and then that will tell you like if there's going to be any bad things are going to happen or something. I don't
even know where mine are right now. Yeah, you can just, it's like to be interpreted. It depends. Sometimes people have guides that will guide them and tell them what the cards are. But each card has a meaning. One side, like
yeah.
And then the reverse meanings and stuff like that. So it's kind of all just, it depends on the reader. But this one was good. And I was like, holy shit, they're talking about us. I was like, they're talking about us, girls.
So how did they come across you guys? That's what I'm saying. How did they come across you guys?
Just because of, I guess, what we're doing, like solving Megxit crimes. So everybody started getting in on the drama now because everybody's like been noticing. And I guess
never noticed like this Meghan Markle will be that popular. Why?
We don't like her. We're the hate side, the dislike side.
Yeah, but why does everybody care? Like,
I don't know. It's not even about Meghan Markle anymore. None of us even talk about her. It's weird. Now it's just this whole other creature.
Well, it's not even weird because like over in the mob genre, none of these people talk about the mob.
Right. Exactly. It's like the same thing. It is the same thing, right? We don't even talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can talk about. Plus, like, the shows that talk about it, they're all sexually degenerates. You know what I mean?
Right.
And stuff like that. You know.
So when I started coming out talking about all the stuff that was going on, I was blacklisted. I was the devil. And now that it's been so long, like everything's coming out and everybody's like, you've been right the whole time. And I hate to say that, but I never lied. I'm always telling the truth. And everybody's like, well, God damn it. So now we're paying attention. I'm just so thankful for all those people, I guess. And
Nova said he's always
and all of you guys too.
Arts when you're at the bar and meet one of the single witches there, I swear they're all witches now or pagans or some shit. Yeah, what are they? Wiccans, right?
They think they are, yeah.
That's what they're called, Wiccans.
Yeah, they're Wiccan. Well,
it's the opposite of pagans, right?
No, they're pagans. Yeah, what is the difference between a pagan and a Wiccan?
I think one's guy and one girl. Right?
Is that like a witch and a warlock? Let me Google. Because I'm not a real witch.
Okay, Odinist is one thing. That's a religion.
That's like Vikings, isn't it?
Yeah. Odinist is sort of like a religion.
Pagan virtues.
Wiccan.
Okay, so paganism is a broad umbrella. And then underneath that falls Wicca.
Okay, Wiccans, are they the women usually? I do. You got guys that are that too, but you got what we're living in today. But
okay, it says paganism refers to a wide range of spiritual traditions that existed before the rise of Abrahamic.
Yeah, they're going to say every religion is pagan. They're going to say Halloween. They're going to say all that, but
everything is anything pre-Christianity they would consider paganism.
Yeah. So now, what is the Wiccan?
And then Wiccan is a specific modern religion that emerged in the mid 20th century in England. Interesting. Drawing inspiration from pre-Christian European pagan traditions. Generally believes in a divine goddess and God, representing female and masculine. So it's nature.
If you think of a witch, you think of a woman. You don't think of no dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think of nothing like that.
So all Wiccans are pagan, but not all pagans are Wiccan.
Yeah.
That's what it said. That's what it says right here. So all Wiccans are pagans, but not all pagans are Wiccans. So pagan is pretty much if you don't believe in Christianity, you're a pagan.
Oh. All right. I'm about to hop off about that and everything. Thanks for coming up, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Drop your link down in there so people can go over to your channel or whatever. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see what's going on around here. I'll see you guys later. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Please hit that like button on the way out. And
bye.
A little bit.